Pennywise is just like a truthful embodiment of fear. And so I think people are drawn to that because they relate to it.
O que é isso?
Hi Amanda, hi Clara, hi Matilda, how are you girls?
Hey, good evening.
Hi, good. Nice to meet you.
I watched the first season and it's so scary. The first episode is a bloodbath. I loved it. So, what can you girls tell us about your characters?
Oh my gosh. I thank you so much for even watching the show. It was so amazing. Just filming the show. And some things I could tell you about Miss Ronnie Grogan. She's very fierce. She's very determined when it comes to something that she has her mindset on. And filming in the 1962 era, she does experience like some racial things and just some things that she has to endure. And also her dad goes through that too, being accused of killing of the kids in the first episode, and just the fear of Shawshank and just the fears that we have to endure as people of color. And also the indigenous people and everybody else, just the bullying that the Losers Club has to go through. I feel that everyone experiences a little bit of bullying in the show, and yeah, just know that it gets really good, but we fight through it as a team.
My character, Lily Bainbridge, she's a 13-year-old girl growing up in 1962, attending Derry High School, and she's going through a lot. I mean, along with the other characters, she's grieving the loss of her dad, and she also gets made fun of at school. And I honestly really admire her character arc throughout the show because I think she starts off kind of shy and quiet, but I think throughout this series, she learns to be brave and to face her fears and become a group leader, which I think is really special. And I think she develops really great friendships with the other kids.
Yeah. And as for Marge, I'd say we're catching Marge at a time in her life when she is very unsure of herself, which I think is such a relatable experience for teenage girls, but really for anyone. Like I think we all know what it feels like to try to figure out where we belong, but kind of try to squeeze ourselves into places we don't fit or change ourselves to fit in with people that truly aren't our people. And that kind of experience of like being uncomfortable in your skin was something that really drew me to Marge. And I'm really grateful for the kind of arc that she has and the kind of friendships that she forms over the course of the story. Getting to work with these two ladies was the gift of a lifetime.
And did you get to watch the two chapters of It? Did you guys like the movie?
Oh my gosh, I love
Yeah.
movies. They are so terrifying, honestly.
So scary, so scary. The first time I watched it, I couldn't watch it. After the first 5 minutes, I had to shut it off because I was so scared.
I'm a fan of horror movies. I watched It Chapter 1 when I was about 9 years old, which I feel like is kind of young to watch a movie that terrifying. But I was super scared, but I also loved it. So yeah, I really admire the first two movies, and I think seeing parts of those movies incorporated into this series is really cool to see.
Yes, and definitely the parallel universes that like you will see in the series and in the first two movies.
And why do you think people are so fascinated with Pennywise? And what makes him so scary for you?
I think that what makes Pennywise so scary for people is that he knows how to play on your true fears. He doesn't always show up in the same way, but the way that he preys on our vulnerabilities and our insecurities and our weaknesses and really kind of presses on those vulnerable, sensitive places for us and brings up these really traumatic feelings. Like I honestly think everyone can relate to that feeling of being scared. I think fear is something that is such a human emotion, and like we don't talk about it a lot, but Pennywise is just like a truthful embodiment of fear, and so I think people are drawn to that because they relate to it.
I definitely agree with Tilly on this one. And also just to kind of touch on that and how he like draws into our fears and like tries to like attach himself to our fears. It's definitely something that we had to work on as like regular people and connecting to our characters as well because as Ronnie Grogan, she also loses her mom at childbirth. So just connecting to that and how Pennywise feeds off of that fear and uses that as like a guilt or like a fear system to trigger the kids is definitely something that he is known for and he's really good at. So definitely just really connecting to our characters, reading the scripts and figuring out who we are as these characters was something that we had to work hard on.
Yeah, totally. I agree with both of you guys. I think what's so fascinating about Pennywise is that he's not just a clown, you know, he can take many different forms that are specific to your certain specific fears. And also he catches you in your most vulnerable and moments and where you're most fearful. But yeah, like Amanda said, we definitely had to work on kind of diving deep into those vulnerable moments and kind of endowing that fear on set.
Yes, I'm dying to people to watch the TV show. I think it's even more scarier than the movies. Do you think so?
Honestly,
I
I
think
mean, that's up to the public.
that's up to the
Yeah, that's
public.
up to you guys.
I think it's pretty darn scary,
Yeah,
but
I think it's really scary, but it's kind of equal. It's really good.
it's scary. I think what I'd say is it's scary in different ways, like in
Yeah.
unexpected ways. So expect to be scared in some new ways from the show.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Especially since that the prequel series dives more into it in the history of it,
Mhm.
it's definitely, as Tilly and Claire were saying, like expanding in more ways.
Definitely, yeah.
Thank you, girls. Thank you very much. I'm dying to people watching Brazil, and I really loved it. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Bye.
Beijos.
Embaixo, embaixo, palhaço.